Hey guys, so you would have seen LG has launched the LG G5 and the Huawei MateBook from Huawei has also been launched at MWC, actually pre-MWC today. We have covered both the events extensively and it has been kind of a technology overdose today with these products. It's just really good to see new products coming out. It happens every year in MWC. And we'll start with the LG G5. It's LG's newest flagship. It has a 5.3-inch QHD display. It runs on the Snapdragon 820 processor. So after LETV, LG becomes the first guy to announce a device on this processor. In fact, LG's product is the first to really come to people, in their hands. LG has said that they will be launching this product simultaneously in all their key markets, and India is one of their key markets, so you can expect this product to be coming to India very soon. We don't have a pricing on it yet, but we're hoping we will have the pricing very soon. So the LG G5 is like it's been a technology showcase from LG in a way. You have they've crammed VR into it. They've even got a rolling bot. They've got Bang & Olufsen DAC. They've got a external camera module. There's a battery module. It has a 2800 mAh battery, which can be, you can switch to a 4000 mAh battery from the 2800 using the LG Cam Plus. You can also use the Bang & Olufsen DAC to get better audio. I can't really tell you the price at the moment because the pricing of the phone is not quite out yet. So I think I just answered Naveen's question. Mohammed Bashir says not going good live. Tell us more, Mohammed. And
Mahmoud Barakat.
Yes, Sino, I agree with you. It is good work with from LG, but we'll have to see what the price of this device comes out to be, because LG has kind of lost the pricing with its flagships before this. So we'll have to see what the pricing comes out to be. The other product that we got today is the Huawei MateBook. So the Huawei MateBook, if you have seen the Surface before, this is Huawei's take on the Surface. It is a hybrid tablet. It runs, or it has a 12-inch 2160 ppp display. So that is a little better than Surface in some ways, but then from initial reports that we have read and from what Samir tells us at MWC is that the display is probably not as good as the Surface, even though it would still work. There's an 84% screen to body ratio. Kapil Kapoor asks us, what about battery? Kapil, battery of what? The LG G5 or the Huawei MateBook? Because Huawei says it'll have 13 hours of battery on lighter usage and 9 hours of video playback. And for the LG G5, you have a 2800 mAh battery inside, and it can be upgraded to a 4000 mAh battery if you want.
With the external camera module.
Yeah, you can use the LG Cam Plus camera module to expand the battery.
Mahmoud Barakat, who's asking, should both the batteries be in service or does it need to be switched? So both the batteries can be in service in tandem, and so the external module acts as an add-on which gives you an entire cumulative battery stamina of 4000 mAh, Mahmoud.
So Dhananjay just asked us, how's the build-up quality? Dhananjay, the LG G5 is a really good build, and for the first time LG has embraced the proper unibody metal design in its flagship. What I would like to tell you is that if you look at pictures of the LG G5, you'll not see the plastic antenna straps. So this is something LG calls the micro Diz design. The plastic antenna straps are actually still there. They've just been molded into the aluminium. So there are still plastic straps. You can just not see it, which makes it seem more like the Nexus. Sarthak Mittal, that's exactly what I was talking about, the design of the product. The LG G5 has a nice design in the sense that there's a good screen to body ratio. It looks a lot like the Nexus 6P. Funnily, there's a fingerprint sensor on the back which also doubles up as a power button. So like I already said, the LG G5 is like a technology overdose in a lot of ways. It's really fun to look at the LG G5 because we don't know how much it will cost, but come on, the 135-degree wide angle on the rear camera is really interesting. It has got two lenses. on the back, and the camera quality, if you've seen anything from LG so far, the camera quality should be good. You can even shoot videos and click images with the G5 using in 360, which is something really good. Nitesh Singh Rajput, so is it the Project Ara in some way?
Not
Nitesh,
exactly.
we don't have confirmation from Google or LG saying that it is Project Ara, but yes, it is the first real modular phone that has come out. Of course, you only have one part of the phone that comes out, but the Project Ara device is supposed to be completely modular. And from what we heard recently, the Project Ara device is maybe going to be a tablet. We'll tell you about that more when we learn. Harsha Vermit asks us how slim is the phone. So the LG Harshit Verma, I'm sorry. So the LG
7.7
G5 is 8 mm in its most thickest point, and the marketed thickness for the product is 7.6. Kapil Kapoor says where to buy the G5. Kapil, it will be launched all over the world simultaneously in its key markets. So we'll tell you the launch date for India very soon. Dhananjay, this is not about the Freedom 251, no, and it will not affect the price of the LG G5 for sure. Swail Sattar says processor would be, that's the Snapdragon 820 processor from Qualcomm. And if you're asking about the MateBook, then the MateBook runs on the Core M3, M2 and M5 processors.
Mahmood Barakat also has
Mahmood
another question.
Barakat says 2 camera lenses, same idea of the HTC dual camera, 3D photos, refocus, effects, etc. I'll let Shavik take this one, he'll tell you more about the camera.
So Mahmood, the LG G5's dual camera setup is actually not like the HTC One M8. The one here is basically it uses a 16 megapixel primary camera for standard shooting and an 8 megapixel wide angle camera which shoots up to a wide angle of 135 degrees. So that's the purpose of the dual camera setup, so that if you want a wide angle photo, you can switch to the wide angle lens, and the standard camera is there for 16 megapixel images.
Nitin Mall asks us the screen resolution. The screen resolution for the G5 is QHD, so that's a 2K display. And I don't remember the PPI off the top of my head, but it's pretty easy to calculate. I'm not really sure of the screen to body ratio yet, but from the first pictures and videos we've seen from there, the screen to body ratio seems good enough for any flagship phone today. It is a 5.3 inch display and pretty compact, so that gives you another idea of it. Kshitij Kumar, okay, so Shavik tells us it is
554 PPI.
554 PPI on the G5. Kshitij Kumar says, what about the add-ons? Do they weigh much? Kshitij, we'll have to confirm the weights when we have these things in hand. But no, they shouldn't add a lot of weight to them. But of course, the LG Cam Plus will add some weight to it because it comes with a 4000 mAh battery inside and an extra module also. There's also a VR headset that you can get with this, and LG has actually redesigned it in the sense that it actually looks like a VR goggle now. You know, you don't have to put on a headset. It seems much easier to use that. And from whatever first impressions we got from Sameer there and we got from others, it seems really, really nice.
Nitesh Singh Rajput.
Nitesh Singh Rajput, that VR lens should be better than K4 Notes. Yes, Nitesh, we are pretty sure it would be better than the K4 Note because the Ant VR with the K4 Note is more or less like a next step to the Google Cardboard. And yeah, like Shavik said, it's a simulator, a VR simulator more than a real VR headset.
Harsh Rajpal.
What's the ETA of availability in? Harsh, it's been less than 3 hours since the LG G5 launched, and it is a Sunday, so we are not able to get in touch with the LG India team right now. We'll let you know by next week for sure. But yeah, I'll tell you again, LG has said that it will launch the G5 in its key markets simultaneously, so which means that India would be one of the first to get the product. If you guys could put the name of the products you're asking about, that will be very good because it will be easier for us to answer questions then. Is there dual screen as with the V10? No, actually there is not dual screen. The always on display, while talking about the always on display, LG explained that in the V10 they did it on the second screen. But in the G5, they've just done it with one screen. What LG does say is that the always on display here will take only 0.8% battery per hour. Which is something that, yes, always on displays don't really take up a lot of this thing because they only light up the pixels that are required. So we are hoping LG is right in what it's saying.
Rolling board.
The rolling board. The rolling board is actually the coolest product, I think, Sarthak. It looks really cool. What it does is it can monitor your home when you're not there. You can control the device with your phone. It connects to your Wi-Fi, and it also acts as a IR remote, which means that you can even run your TV and stuff with
Actually,
the
also
rolling
looks
board.
like the Star Wars BB-8.
It also, yeah, kind of looks like the Star Wars BB-8 without missing its head. How Kshitij Kumar again asks, how is the Huawei MateBook's display and battery life? Kshitij, Huawei says that the MateBook will have 9 hours of battery life on video playback and 13 hours of battery life on lighter usage. And the display is a 2160p, so that shouldn't be a bad display at all. It's a 12-inch display and there's an 84% screen to body ratio. So what I can tell you right now is that even though I haven't got Samir here with me right now, if that display is bright enough, then it will be good enough.
367 ppi.
Kapil Kapoor says, can you please suggest me a smartphone under 22,000? Kapil, go ahead and buy the Lenovo Vibe X3. I think that's the best phone under 22,000 right now. If you want better camera than that, you can go for the Chiku Qtera. Shivraj Sarkar says, phone worth to wait till launch India, or should we go for others? Shivraj, that's actually a question we get often, and what I'll tell you, what we tell everybody is, if you have the money right now, it's completely your decision because LG G5 will be a flagship. If you think all the features that you see with it are useful to you, go ahead, because if you buy the G5, there'll be in a month there'll be a new product which you will probably want more than that. Akshay Thakur, and does it support the 4K res videos? Akshay,
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're talking about the G5. Yes, it does. Gaurav Kartivo Singh, is it better than the Nexus 6P? Gaurav,
Yeah.
yes, in terms of features,
20.
it would seem better than the Nexus 6P. It does run Marshmallow. One thing I would like to tell you, since you talked about the Nexus 6P, is that
The design.
LG has, it does look a lot like the Nexus 6P, but for once LG has changed its UI here. So there is no longer an app drawer on the LG G5. It's a single, home screen based UI. Harsh Rajpal says, has Huawei done it like Apple MacBook, that is one port for all? I'm gonna wait for Samir to confirm that later. I'm not absolutely sure of whether they have done it. Actually, there's a first impressions. If you scroll down on Facebook, you'll find it, and the first impressions will be up on the website very soon as well.
Sony camera quality of G5.
Divesh Swani says, how is the camera quality of the G5? Divesh, I don't know the real camera quality, but from what we've seen from LG before, it should be really, really good. Jayant Patial says, gaming laptop under 50k. Jayant, there's a video on
Google this.
yeah, we have done a video on this, so you can just check our YouTube page for that. You will find your answers for that. Rahul Soni asks, what's the price? Rahul, the G5's price is not known yet. The Huawei MateBook costs $699 in the US right now. There's no India pricing at the moment.
Starts from this.
Yeah, it starts from $699. Nehansh Patel asks, price in India, launch date. Nehansh, again, we'll let you know very soon. We don't know that yet. Shivraj Sarkar again asks, on paper it sounds good, but what about performance? Shivraj, are you talking about the LG G5 or are you talking about the MateBook? About the...
Is it fast like Nexus 6P?
Gaurav says...
Should be faster.
Is it fast? Gaurav, it should be faster than the Nexus 6P because the 820 is supposed to be, making up for all the disasters that the 810 caused for Qualcomm. So we are hoping it will be faster. Again, going back to Shivraj, I'm guessing you were talking about the LG G5. And yes, the LG G5 should be a good performer, but of course, we can't really say much in terms of first impressions. Nitesh Singh Rajput, any benchmark scoring leaked? Not that we know of, Nitesh. Kaushik Mukamala says, best pure audio experience earphones under 2000.
Pure audio experience under 2000 is a little difficult to attain.
So, you know what, Kaushik, the funny thing is with audio, it's about your preference. We can tell you what we like under 2000, and we like anything from the Mi in-ears to the Kovan EM1
But he can
to a
consider
bunch
the-
of others which cost less than 1000 rupees.
But he can still consider the Bear Dynamics
You can-
DTX 102 IE on discount.
Shavik just told me a very huge name, Bear Dynamics JX.
The Bear Dynamics DTX 102 IE, I think it's selling on discount on one of the e-commerce websites near about 2000, so you can check it out.
Jayan, thanks for asking whether it is a proper gaming device. The G5 is a phone. So phones are not consoles. But Qualcomm says you can get console quality gaming on this phone. We're looking forward to testing that one out. Sarthak Mittal says, any words about HP Act 17? No, Sarthak, no words right now, but we'll have words soon. You know, we talk too much. Harsh Rajpal says, will the LG camera compete against the iPhone, or so far Android phones haven't done any good again? Harsh, actually Android phones overtook the iPhone in terms of camera performance last year. The S6 had a better camera than the iPhone 6. The G4 had a better camera than the iPhone 6. The iPhone 6s Plus is possibly the best camera right now. But yes, the new generation flagships from Android should do well in terms of camera performance. It's a brute force, approach to camera, but yes, they have definitely equaled the iPhone in terms of camera performance. Gaurav Kartivo Singh, does G5 has Force Touch or 3D Touch? No, it doesn't, Gaurav. Vashne Sugam says, is it worth to invest in today's world, or we're gonna have something more cool soon? Vashne, I am hoping we're going to have something more cool soon, because we'll all be bored if there's not enough cool products to talk about. Rahul Soni asks, will you be covering... Rahul, will let you know about that very soon. So that's it from our reactions. You can log on to digit.in/MWC for more details on what all we are doing. We will be covering the entire MWC live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on digit.in/MWC. So stay tuned for more on those links.